Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be running the Shadow Systems XR920P, chambered in 9mm. I'll be shooting 124 grain, and you will see just how flat this thing really shoots. I'll be doing some range shooting plus mixing in some Steel Challenge with a little bit of IPSC so you can see how it performs in these different scenarios. At the end I'll go over a few things I really like about this gun, nothing too in depth, just some quick thoughts that I had for the time being. If you enjoy these kind of deeper dive videos, please let me know in the comments. If you want to support my channel so I can continue making these, please check out my YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, Andrew's Tactical. Like, subscribe, share, drop a comment. I would really appreciate all the support. Now let's get into it.
Stand by. Shooter ready. Stand by.
Yeah, you essentially like.
Stand by. Are you ready? Stand by.
Hey, just wanted to do a little deeper dive on the firearm you've been seeing me shoot in this video. It is the Shadow Systems XR920P. First off, I am not a firearms instructor. I am not a firearm expert. I am an enthusiast. I've been around them It's part of the industry I work in. But again, what works for me may not work for somebody else. A lot of people will say, well, that's just, a Glock, and Glocks are gross. And, okay, well, I mean, that's fine. People have their opinions. That's great. Me being in law enforcement, my father being in law enforcement, Glocks were around a long time. So I'm very familiar with the Glock. It's one that I have a lot of rounds through. One thing about a Glock that you can't deny is the reliability. When you want it to go bang, it's going to go bang. But yes, essentially this is a Gucci Glock, as what people might call it. I mean, I tell you what, they take all the reliability and the great shooting of a Glock and just polish it up and make it a little bit better for maybe competition. So the Shadow Systems, I feel, did a very good job with this firearm. Very good. Just looking at it from the aesthetics point of view, I do love the grooves, the cuts, and the slide. It does look good. And I mean, come on. The rose gold barrel. I mean, that's just pretty nice. Yeah. You don't need it. Yeah, but hey, sometimes you got to spoil yourself a little bit, you know what I mean? So I do like that little accent. It does add a little bit of, you know, tacticalness to the gun. I do like that. Also, that I do like is the integrated comp here. It does take that recoil out a little bit. It does mitigate that recoil. Some people say about 40%. What is really great with Shadow Systems is instead of having to mess with the comp, they do have a quick breakdown lever. You can see right there where you're able to break that release and twist the compensator and it will come off the barrel, so you can clean it a lot easier. I do like that addition that they did. That is one thing with a compensator you want to make sure of is a lot of powder. Get up in here and you need to make sure that is clean. The other things I do like about this firearm is the sights. That's one thing I was never crazy about on the Glock, is the iron sights are kind of gross, but they've went ahead and changed those. I do like the distinct green front sight. It does help with finding that. Anybody else out there is like me, I am right hand dominant but left eye dominant, and I'll post another video showing how to find your actual dominant eye to help some of those other shooters. But with that shooting two eyes open presenting, it's really easy for right-handed and right-eyed people to pick up on that front sight a little bit easier because that eye is taking over. Whereas for me, I have to cant my gun slightly to the left, and it's a lot easier for me to pick up a distinct green front sight than it would be white on white or black on black, finding that front sight a little bit easier. A few other things I do like about it, like I said, the cuts and the grooves in the slide, it does allow for a very good grip for racking that slide and getting another round in there, or for clearing malfunctions. You're not going to be slipping on this. It's got great grips on the back and on the front. The other thing I would like a little bit more is the texturing on the grip here. It is very good. Do not get me wrong. I have short little sausage fingers, whatever you want to call it. I do like a little bit more of an aggressive grip module. That being said, this for about 80% to 70% of shooters will think this is plenty aggressive and it's a great grip. And I do get a very good grip on it. I just prefer a little bit more aggressiveness. And so probably eventually what I will do is get some grip tape and wrap around that just for a little bit more aggressive texturing. They do have the flared magwell as well. So the flared magwell will allow you to seat and find your magazine for reloads a little bit faster. The trigger is very good. It's rated anywhere between a 4.5 pound to 5 pound trigger pull. It does have a good clean reset, and it almost feels lighter than 4.5, but it is roughly about a 4.5 pound trigger pull. But you find the reset. It's a very distinct reset to where whenever I was shooting in the IPSC, I was able to find that trigger reset and get those rapid shots off very quickly. I do like the more of the flat face on the trigger. Again, with my sausage fingers, I don't like a thin trigger. I do like the flat face to get a little bit more meat on that trigger to find a good sweet spot for a straight trigger pull. But other than that, it's a very great gun. I do like the additional texturing up here for your support hand to find. I do like the undercut under the trigger for a better master grip here. All in all, a very good gun. Retails for anywhere in the $1,000 range. But other than that, yeah, it's a very versatile gun. I do love it. It does fit my Glock 17 holster. So I like to use the Safariland ALS holster, and as you can see, the Shadow Systems slides right in, locks in place. So very versatile for me to use my other holster. I think Shadow Systems did an amazing job on this. For all the upgrades that they did do to it, I believe if around that $1,000 range, you might find a little one for a little less or a little bit more. I bought this one used, so there is a break-in period. I have not had any malfunctions with this, so I have not had any issues. I think it's a fantastic gun for the price, especially with the upgraded trigger, the upgraded grooves and cuts on the slide, the upgraded iron sights, as well as a compensator on the front to help with that recoil mitigation. Flared magwell, all those additions that, again, if you did buy a Glock and decide to kind of Gucci it out yourself, which, hey, I'm doing, I think that's great. But for the price to have it done already, if you don't want to mess with it, I do think this is a very, very good option. And it is one of my most favorite guns that I've been shooting as of late. I have a buddy of mine who despises Glocks and hates it. He's like, I can't believe you're shooting that. But I tell you what, I love it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I do find myself really, really enjoying the Shadow Systems XR920P. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share. It helps me out a lot so I can continue making these, and we'll see you in the next one.